Jamed everybody. In this third video of the feature deep dive series, I will talk about multi-position management, which is in my opinion one of the best features in Meteora and makes it stand out from other protocols. So let's jump into it. When you didn't watch the first videos, go ahead. You can watch it on my X or my YouTube. Link will be in the description. So let's go to the pool that we will create from the first and the second video. And we decided to go in the first place with the 20 bin step on the Sol USDC pair. So let's go and create the pool. So we decide in the first video we talked about the range, in the second video about the volatility strategy, and now all comes together. So let's create a position just with $10 on both sides, and in my case I will go with the spot strategy for this sideways move. So we will go minus around 7% and plus around 7%. So let me create this pool. The transaction is approved. I have automatic auto approve on my wallet. I will create a smaller video for it. Okay, so now we have finally our position. What I always do, I always mark this position on the chart so I can always watch and see my position on the chart, because this is very, very important. So let's go ahead, make a little bit of, maybe, I don't know, not TA, but let's analyze a bit of the chart. So we see an uptrend here, so you can see it clearly here. So which is a good thing. We should look at the trend, and we had nice bounce on $127 here, and now we have an uprising trend. So why I decided to go spot. So when we do some trend lines here, we see that we might have a bigger breakout from a downtrend. So this is potentially could be a signal that Sol will go up, and news about the ETF also made the price going up. So that's why I go at the moment two-sided to catch the potentially sideways moves here in this area between these support zones that we have clearly here. But I also need to prepare for a down move. So this is why I do also create position in two ways. So let me remove this. So this has nothing to do with the multi-position, but just to clarify the decision making, because this is kind of important. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we need to highlight our position here. I will do here a layer as a highlighter to see our position. We can also do it with the percentage rate. So I have like 7%, and what I encourage you to do, you see the prices here, so you can see clearly the open price, so the upper position, the higher position, and the lower position. And so this is like, we can go with the coordinates, and we kind of nailed it. 597, and the lower range is 1394, 1394, and the rest we can remove. So nice. So this is our full position, and the middle of this position is our actually entry, or here's the split between Sol and USDC. So now we have our position, and what you can do now in Meteora, you have the ability to create more than one position. So this means that you can do stuff like, we can wait until the price changes in it can go up, it can go down. And when it go down, for example, here, I expecting that we have a nice little bounce, we have more volatility. What I can do now, I can create another position when the price going in this area. So when the market price is around 138, I can manually create this position. But what I also can do, I can create multiple positions just by create multiple positions by changing the pricing. So for example, I expecting the price going down and I want to prepare myself and form fees on this downside move, sorry. And I can create a USDC only position. So let me grab $20, and what I want to do now, I want to create more than one position to the downside to farm fees. So what I can do now, so because I changed it to one side, so I added only USDC on this side, I remove the autofill feature, so it doesn't force me to add Sol. I will create a bid-ask position in this case because I want to reduce my risks. In this case, I am in the same pool. I already have one position and I create another position or more than one position. So I'm layering somehow my liquidity inside of a pool. So let's go ahead and let's go with, I want to create 3 positions to the downside. So we need 100 or 2 positions. Sorry, I want to create 2 positions, and in this case it will be around 24%. And this is the point, because the price is kind of volatile at the moment, because we have a little range where we changing our percentage. And you have to look here. You have the bin count here, and 69 and plus 69 is 138. And this is the maximum amount for 2 positions. And when you look here, you also see how many positions Meteora will create with this setup. When the price change just slightly and we have 139 bins, you will see here 3 positions will be created, and 2 positions with the full range and 1 position, so the third one with just probably 1 bin. And we will also pay 0.1 Sol, which is refundable. So you see here the refundable fees are equal. So because these bins on blockchains are already made, we will not pay a not refundable commission for it. And after we close these positions, this Sol will be refunded on our wallet. So this is just a technical thing. Now I'm pretty prepared. So I will set my 2 positions. This will be minus 24%. And let's create this. So position 1 is created. So now we have the confirmation that the positions were created. And now what we see here, we have position 1, which is 2-sided spot. And we have additionally 2 bid-ask and 1-sided positions created here. So you can collapse and expand these sections to see the actual setup and the pricing. So now I will also highlight these 2 positions. So we have 149, so 149 to 130, so I can see it on the right side, just quick and dirty. And from 130 to 130, sorry. So 130 to 113. So now we have 3 positions. The position 1, 2, which is a bit of overlapping them, and position 3. So in these ranges, I will farm fees when the price hit them. So at the moment, the second position now is working, and the third position is out of range because the price 130 is not reached now. So it will be here, it will be idle, it will lock your liquidity, of course, and will lock the refundable fees. So now you see how you can layer your liquidity within one position or within more than one position in one pool with a specific bin step. What you also can do, because we have the bin step concept, we can go to the pools side and we can create and choose another pool bin step. So for example, we want to go bin step 80, for example, which is for example, when we go with one-sided, it will be until the price $89. And we can, for example, we want a DCA. We want to prepare ourselves for a potential downside. We want to farm these fees on this fall. So for example, it will be 109. From here, it will be around 43%. So 41%. And so that means we can create this, let's call it liquidity layer, and this will be the bin step 18. So we can go it here. These are 20 bins. This will be the 80 bin, and this is also somehow can overlap this, right? So we're layering again our liquidity, and in this case, it will be smart if I go bid ask as a strategy. So I will go bid ask, and let's add some liquidity here. Let's go again with $10 just as an example, and it's 86 actually. So let's create this position also. So now we have two separate pools with 4 positions now. And when we go to the portfolio tab, we can see our liquidity, and we see all these 4 pools where we added our liquidity, which makes pretty nice to see if where our position is. Is it out of range? Is it on the edge or not? Is it out of range even? How many fees you have unclaimed, and so on and so on. So it's a nice overview about all of your positions, and then you can, from here, you can claim fees and so on. This is very, very nice feature. And of course, when you see the price changes, we have a break here. So the trend, for example, is broken when we go below 145, for example. So we will see, if we see a breakdown from this trend line, for example, just for if it's happened, then we potentially go further down to this level. This means for you that the first position, the upper position, could be at risk of impermanent loss. And in this case, you are able just close this position. Just one position. You can withdraw some of the liquidity, for example, the upper sold liquidity, because it will increase your impermanent loss, or you just say close position when it reach a certain level. So at the moment, we are great. We are just in the middle, but when it go further down, you are able, just by clicking the close position, you will close your position, and then you can swap the fees back again into the actual SOL, or however you want it, back to USDC. It's up to you. So this is how you can manage a position. And I have a video about my top 4 position setups where I highlight how you can strategically create your position and the decisions behind them. So, and it gives you a huge amount of flexibility and you can use your creativity. There's a lot of degen strategies. There's a lot of, let's say, very conservative strategies just to reduce the risk. So, and this is why I love Meteora, because it gives me this control and flexibility to do what I want. This is it for multiple positions, and see you in the next video.